And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're taking a look at Manila. Manila is a game that was one of the first games I ever played at. I went to Origins, a board game convention. I think it was the very first time I went. And I sat down and someone said, hey, let's play Manila. And I looked at it and, taking goods down the river in boats. That didn't sound very interesting. But then we played it and I said, let's play it again. And then we played it and I said, let's play it again. And I have played this game many times over the years. It really has a strong feeling to roulette in a sense where you're putting pieces down and bidding on them. Okay, I like the game a lot. That much is obvious. It has superb production. Let's take a look and we'll come back and I'll tell you even more why I like it. Here's the board for Manila. It's a longish board, and on the board you're going to put a token for each of these pieces. There's 4 different types of goods: ginseng, jade, coffee, and silk. There are cards for each good also, and you can see they're denoted by different colors. You're going to give some of these cards randomly to players, and then the rest of the cards will be set in piles near the board. Players will get some coins to start out the game, and I have to mention here how awesome quality these coins are. They're 3-dimensional, nice plastic coins. The only problem is there's probably too few of them. There are several times over, especially in a 5-player game that's going well financially for everyone, that I have to make everyone put money back. But that's a small price to pay. The rest of the game, again, you can see the high quality components. There's these nice wooden boats. But the first thing you do each turn is you're going to have an auction for turn order. And players will bid until one person wins. That person is going to pick which of the 4 goods they're going to send on boats. Basically, they're picking one that they're not going to. So they'll say, oh, no silk is going this turn. Then they load up the other goods into these 3 boats. And then they're going to choose the starting position of each boat. So the starting positions can go up to 5, and the total equals 9. So I could start all 3 boats at 3. I could start 1 boat at 5, 1 boat at 4, 1 boat at 0, 1 boat at 5, 2 boats at 2, a boat at 4, a boat at 3, a boat at 2. Whatever I want to do. After you've set up the boats, the person who wins the bid also has a chance to buy one of the goods next to the board. They must pay at least 5, but if the price is higher, they'll have to pay that much for the good also. Then, in turn order, each player is going to place one of their people on the board. You have 3 people, 4 in a 3-player game, but 3 people, and you're going to put them in these orange spots around the board or onto one of the boats. Then the player who won the auction is going to roll a die for each boat, and you'll notice that there is a die to match each color. So let's say I roll the dice here, I get a 1, 2, and a 6. So this boat here moves up to the 9 spot. This boat moves 2. This boat moves 1. Everyone places another guy. We roll again. We place another guy. We roll again. We want the boats, or you're hoping the boats will make 13. Now, when each spot in the boat or elsewhere on the board, when you put a person on that spot, that's how much money you have to pay. So if I put a guy here, I pay 1 coin, 2 coins, and 3 coins. If a boat makes it to the end by the 3rd round to 13 or higher, a couple things happen. 1, the boat goes here to the finish spots. So it's possible for all 3 boats to go to the finish spots. If a boat doesn't make it to 13, it goes to the repair docks instead. So let's say this is what happens. 1 boat goes to the repair docks. If your boat goes to the repair docks or the shipyard and you have people on it, too bad, you get nothing. But if they do finish, you will get the reward money here. This is $36. If there's 1 person and 1 person alone in this boat, they get all 36. Pesos. If there's 2 people, they split it, and they each get 18. If there's 3 people, they each get 12. If there's 4 people, they each get 9. You can put, let's say there's 2 blacks, a yellow, and a red, then red and yellow will each get 9, and black would get a double share of 18. So putting your person on a boat, you're hoping to get money at the end. Over here, we'll focus up a little bit on these numbers here, even though they're upside down. If you pay $4 here, and if 1 boat finishes, you get 6. Here you pay $3, and if 2 boats finish, you get 5. Here you pay $2, and if all 3 boats finish, you get 15. On the other side here, you're basically saying that boats are going to fail. You pay 4, 1 boat's going to fail. Pay 3, 2 boats are going to fail. or pay $2 and $15. If you put a guy on this spot here, you just get $10. So hey, why not go there to get money? Well, that makes you the insurance agent, which means if there is any payouts for these boats, you have to pay it. And then finally over here, we have 2 spots where you can put people. This lets you move a boat 1 space forward or backwards. This one lets you move a boat 2 spaces forward or backwards. This is before the 3rd roll. And then there's 2 spots for pirates. Pirates are risky, but it can be really beneficial. If you have a guy in a pirate and a boat stops here on the 2nd go-round, then you can jump on board. Hooray! If it stops exactly on 13, not 12, not 14, but 13 exactly, then you jump on board, kicking everybody off, getting all the money for yourself, and then you can decide whether the boat succeeds or crashes. It can be very profitable, but you're basically gambling that a boat's going to land there. Each boat that actually makes it will have the counter for that boat moved up 1. When one of the counters gets to 30, the game is over. Everybody reveals any goods they have. These goods are worth the number that they're on. You add that to all the money that you've made during the course of the game, and the person with the most money is the winner. There are a few niggling things in Manila that could be fixed. Like I said, there wasn't enough money. The good prices, you should start with them all moved up 1. The game is just a little too long other than that, but if you start with them all moved up 1, the game plays very quickly and easily. It plays best with 4, although 3 and 5 aren't bad, but it does play best with 4. And it's very interesting what to do. If you say one boat is going to make it or one boat's going to crash, that's very safe to say for both those instances. And so pay 4 to get 6, you're getting a 2-coin profit. Putting your figure on a boat, you have a decent chance of making down the river, and you can spend more money to make sure it goes down the river. Even though there's a lot of ups and downs in where you put your pieces, for the most part, if you're conservative, you will make money. Hopefully. I have seen games that are crushed because that die roll is always there and you cannot control that no matter how hard you try. But I think that if you did the stats, at least for me, just at a guess looking at all my games, more boats made it down the river than didn't. And the bidding round, I almost wish the bidding round wasn't in the game. I wish almost that you took turns going around first because it's such a big deal, but it doesn't really feel like part of the game. I don't know how else to explain it. It's big to be the person who goes first and picks where the boats are and have the chance to buy one of those shares of a company, which can be worth a whole lot at the end of the game. But at the same time, you don't really know how much to bid for that. It's hard to tell how much it's worth it. And so when there's something kind of nebulous like that and where money is victory points in essence, it kind of throws the game off slightly, but it's not a big deal. Still, the game is fun enough regardless. It's fun to watch the die rolls and everyone's breathless. It's great fun to be a pirate and hope against hope. Oh yes, the boat landed on 13. I kick everybody off. All the money's mine. Ha 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 ha. Long odds, but they won. If you like games with a bit of gambling in them, games where you're trying to play the odds, this is fun. Don't let the fact that there's goods that you're selling have anything to do with it. It's simple gambling fun, watching these boats go down the river. It's an entertaining game. I haven't played another one like it. I very much like it. Part of my collection for sure, Manila.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.